Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, fellow advocates for justice, Dr. Zoe, thank you so much for having me. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate our shared commitment to equality, justice, and the enduring spirit of hope. Our theme here tonight, hope, honoring our people's empowerment. I was watching the news, like we all were and have been since the latter part of last year, and I became deeply saddened. And if I admit, at some times I felt depressed, discouraged, and even defeated. And I found myself asking the Lord why. I look at my 3 black sons and I think, what will their futures be like? My 27-year-old is a captain in the U.S. Army. He has his master's degree in environmental science, very accomplished, highly educated, and I asked the Lord, what kind of world will this be for him? I think of my 25-year-old who is on the spectrum, who needs additional support, even as an adult. And with recent executive orders, I asked myself, Lord, what is this world going to look like for him? And then I think of my 10-year-old son who's a straight A student. He skipped grades, and he wants to be an engineer. He loves Lewis Hamilton and he loves Formula One. He wants to design race cars. And I think, Lord, what's the future going to be like for him? Then I turn on my memory bank to the cloud of witnesses that came before me. And I think of 6-year-old Ruby Bridges, surrounded by hate, walking proudly into the school. I think of Thurgood Marshall putting on his black robe for the first time, sitting high on his bench, ready for justice. And I think of Dr. Dorothy Height, a fellow social worker and advocate for justice and change. I think of Dr. Corbett, who was so instrumental in discovering the vaccine for COVID. I think about the attorney Ben Stevenson, who is a stout advocate for social justice. And I think of my daddy, an immigrant from the Caribbean who came to America in the 70s with just a brown suit and 1 extra outfit on a scholarship, determined for this American dream. And I think of the space that he carved out in this America for us, and I have hope. Yes. We are a people whose history is infused with hope. Yes. In our journey towards a brighter future, we must confront the challenges that come with our history, which is being threatened now. We must confront our present, which is under attack. And we must confront our tomorrow, which is in dire need of protection. Although we are resilient people with a strong skill for perseverance and a desire for hope, we must also realize that we have to face civil disobedience, cultural dissonance, and the relentless pursuit of justice. And in a climate that we are all experiencing now, hope is more than wishful thinking. We don't have time for that anymore. I challenge you all to hope. But what does that hope look like? Hope is not merely just a feeling. It is a powerful catalyst for change. See, it was hope of freedom that allowed our forefathers to survive the brutal journey to this diaspora. It was hope that fueled the enslaved to boldly leave their slave masters and head north, to follow the river, to follow the moss, to follow the North Star in the hope of freedom. See, it was hope that drove the civil rights movement to stand in the face of injustice. It was hope and the idea of yes, we can. Yes, we can. That Barack Obama won over 50% of the votes in 2008, clinching the title, honestly, of the first African-American president of these here United States. But today, we need hope even greater now. As we navigate these complexities of our current society, we remember the words of the great Sam Cooke, my daddy's favorite artist. It's been a long time coming, but a change is going to come. And that change has has to be us.
Yes.
We've been here before.
Yeah.
This ain't new to us. This ain't new to melanated people. And as we reflect on our struggles and our victories, it is hope that fuels our determination to rise against oppression and to envision the world where justice truly prevails. Civil disobedience is often seen as a radical act. I challenge you that it is not. It is rooted in the belief that we must challenge injustice in laws and systems that are broken. If you turn on the news, we are faced with gross injustice and continuous reminders that we have a responsibility to take action. It was Martin Luther King who famously stated, "One has a moral responsibility to disobey injustice laws."
Yeah.
In his legacy, we find the courage to stand up against injustice, to raise our voices when our communities are silenced. It is the silence of our brothers and sisters that kills us. It is the silence of our brothers and sisters that destroys us. It is the silent assassins that leave us in destitute. As we challenge in this vital work, we must also acknowledge cultural dissonance that exists within our systems, our communities, and beyond. We live in a world where diverse perspectives can clash, yet it is through this very dissonance that we can find strength. We don't all have to agree, but we do all have to work together. Kendrick Lamar reminds us, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And they ain't like us. This mantra speaks to the resilience embedded in our struggle. It is a reminder that despite the challenges we face in every generation, we continue to emerge stronger. But we need each other to fight injustice. I know the horizon may seem dark and the weight might seem daunting. But in the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's done.
Yeah.
This profound wisdom encourages us to pursue justice relentlessly, even when the path seems steep. It is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of collective action. Together, we turn the seemingly impossible into a reality. It's been done before, and we can do it again.
Yeah.
But we have to do it together. Our journey is also shaped by the voices of those who have walked the path before us, including the Obamas. Michelle once said, I call her Michelle because I feel like I know her. When they go low, we go high. I say this ain't the time for that. I say when they go low, just like the Black Panther, we shout like that mama did. Show them who you are.
Come on.
We are people who built this nation. If you look around from state to state, city to city, not just in America but throughout the world, you see the mark of us. We built this nation with our sweat, with our blood, with our tears. We are part of the fabric of America. America needs us, and we are part of America. So this call to elevate our discourse and our actions is a reminder that our integrity is our greatest asset. No matter what has been done to us as a people, we've always maintained our integrity. It challenging. It challenges us to remain steadfast in our values, even in the face of adversity. And as we look towards our future, we're inspired by the words of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, who emphasizes that there is no limit to what we can achieve if we work together. Her ascension to the highest court in the land serves as a beacon of hope for us all. It's a reminder that our representation, it does matter. And that justice is possible when we unite our efforts. We are a people that have overcome so much, and we continue to overcome insurmountable obstacles. Yet every time we rise to the top. So this is not the time to lose hope. This is not the time to be disheartened. This is not the time to falter. This is not the time to sit back. This is not the time to be complacent. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to be divisive. This is not the time to just lay down and die. This is not the time to be quiet. This is not the time to go silently into the night. This is not the time to lose hope. This is not the time to lose hope. This is not the time to lose hope. This is the time that we join hands together. This is the time that you open your mouth. This is the time that we challenge injustice. This is the time that we get together. This is the time that we stand up and we say, we are here, we are America, we belong here, and we will not go silently into the night. Because our daddy's daddy, our mama's mama fought for this country. We died for this country. We are America and we belong. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We have hope. So today let us reaffirm the commitment to hope, to civil disobedience, and to bridging generational divides. This is the time that the older need to look to the younger. The younger need to look to the older, because we all need each other in this fight. When you turn on the news and you see executive order after ridiculous executive order, you have to say, brother, my sister, we need to hold hands, because we got to fight this together. Together, we can build a future that reminds this world who we are. Show them who you are. As I conclude, I encourage each of you to carry the hope forward. Tonight is a great night, but this can't end with a speech. This can't end with an award. This can't end with a fancy gathering. This is when you leave this place and you go into your